Everybody's excited about AMC stock right now, and it seems like the short squeeze could be just around the corner. Now look, I'm not going to sit here and tell you that the short squeeze is going to happen on Monday, but you absolutely need to be prepared. If you're not prepared for things like, is this actually the short squeeze? When should I sell my stock? How should I sell my stock? You could potentially get caught off guard and miss out on a lot of money. Not just a couple percent. We're talking hundreds of percent here. So you definitely need to be prepared, have your plan going into it, and that's exactly what we're going to talk about right now. So if it sounds like something you're interested in, let's get started. What's up, everybody? I'm Clay. I'm here to make 2021 the best year ever. If you haven't clicked that subscribe button, make sure to subscribe to the channel. Join us. Become a bro. We are here every single day, and we are growing our portfolios together. All right, now it is no joke that AMC has been rising, and it has been rising nicely over the last several weeks. We've gone from roughly $28 and change all the way up to above $50 per share. And if this continues into next week, we could have some serious technical breakouts on our hand. And that doesn't necessarily guarantee the short squeeze. Now, we know there's very strong resistance in the $55 to $60 range, and a breakout of that would, yes, set us up very nicely to run. If we start hitting higher highs, brand new all-time highs, we know that that means there is no technical resistance on the chart whatsoever, and we can absolutely run as high as people are willing to hold. So here's the deal, and a couple things that you need to consider going into what could potentially be a short squeeze. You need to determine where the buyers are coming from. Is it short sellers covering their position? Is it FOMO buyers? Is it retail traders coming in and trading on that breakout there? Now, it's very likely that as soon as we break out, if we break and start hitting all-time highs, then it's very likely that those are just going to be retail traders or technical traders in the institutional area that are buying that stock because of the breakout. That's what you're going to see first. Second, what you're going to see is a bunch of FOMO buyers jumping on because this could be the squeeze and they don't want to miss it, right? So we saw that back in June, and we know that the short shares that were covered during June were roughly only 15 to 17 million shares. Those are the shares we need to keep our eyes on. That's what we need to watch. That is the short squeeze. Everything else is just a technical breakout and a retail run-up. So we need to keep focused, and we need to make sure we pay attention to, are the shorts covering? That is what determines a short squeeze. FOMO buyers, they'll fade out. Retail traders, they'll fade out. The shorts that absolutely need to cover, it does not matter what the price is. They will offer the prices that we're talking about and justify this life-changing money that everybody's been waiting on. So absolutely stay focused on the short interest and how many shorts are covering. Next, we need to determine how to sell our stock. Are we going to use a market order or are we going to use a limit order? Now, we've already discussed the pros and cons in depth, so let's just briefly go over each. If you use a market order, the pros of that are you are guaranteed to get filled. Your order is guaranteed to get filled. The con is you don't know what price it's going to get filled at. So it could fill above the price when you hit the ask button. It could fill below the price when you hit the ask button. It all is determined by the volatility and where those orders get filled. If you use a limit order, the pros are you guarantee what price or at a better price you get filled at. So that's the pro. The con is you may only get a partial fill or you may not get filled at all. So determine which one now you're thinking about using. Also, just on the topic of how to sell, think about it. Do you want to go in and just sell everything all at once? Do you want to stair-step it out? There's pros and cons to both. Clearly, if you went in and you sold in one large chunk, then and that was the absolute high price, great. You made all of your shares attract the most money as possible. However, if you go in and it continues to rise, once you start to sell and you start to stair-step out, you may be able to take advantage of a higher price and a higher price and a higher price. The thing is, guys, volatility is going to be crazy during the AMC Stock short squeeze. If you think it's crazy right now when we go up 20% and back down 10% in a day, if that makes you antsy, if that gets you excited and nervous, it's going to be so much greater than that. So please prepare for a very volatile session. And I don't just mean a session in one trading day. It could absolutely take place over several days, maybe even weeks, if we absolutely hold on to the stock and we do not sell it. But here's the deal. We saw back in June, nearly 1 billion shares were being traded. Yes, it was very volatile times, running from 70 back down to 40 and up to 50 and back down to 30 and so on. We saw some very volatile days, and you absolutely need to be prepared for it. I'm not telling you that if we get to $70, it might be time for you to sell. Or if we get to 100 and we pull back to 80, it might be time for you to sell. I don't think that that's where the short squeeze is going to go. I think it is going to be so much greater than that. And that's why we talked about we need to pay attention to who's buying. Is it retail traders buying and then dumping the stock after a 10% gain? Is it FOMO buyers who have no idea what they're doing and then they're afraid that they're going to lose their money once they got into the position and then they're selling? That's why it's so important to pay attention to, are the shorts covering? And then you need to know how you're going to sell. And the final piece, and this is very personal to you, is when do you think you achieve life-changing money? Because, and you need to be realistic in this case too. Well, the numbers that I see a lot of people posting on social media, 100,000, 50,000, 500,000, these numbers are not going to be simple. And that's one reason only, guys. Everybody that holds AMC stock will be tempted to take their profit. People are going to be tempted much before you. People are going to be tempted much before me. And it all comes down to how quickly the shorts cover. If people get tempted at $200, guess what? Price is going to stall at $200 if people sell. If people get tempted at $1,000, guess what? The price is going to stall if people sell at $1,000. So we need to pay attention to that and make sure we stay realistic with what is life-changing money for you. Now, I would say if you could only afford one share of AMC and all of a sudden we're looking and you bought it at $10, $20, $30 a share and we're sitting at $1,000, $2,000, $3,000 a share, think about that. You could only afford a $10 share. Now you've got $3,000 sitting in your account. That is a drastic difference from where you started. So please keep in mind the relativity between $1 million or a $5 million account and the amount of shares you have as well. Just stay realistic with what that means, but don't give up for a 20% gain, a 30% gain, a 200% gain. This AMC has the potential to do what no other stock has the potential to do, simply because you and I are unwilling to sell it. We are holding for the life-changing money. And guys, 20% is not life-changing, 30% is not life-changing. But if you only have one share and all of a sudden you 100x that share, think about that. You made 100 times your money. That could be life-changing money. You made 300 times your money. That could be life-changing money. And also stay realistic in your overall goal too. Do you just want to pay off your debt? Do you want to go out and buy a house? Do you want to pay off your mortgage, your student loans? Do you want to have enough money to set up a nice trading account that you can make some supplemental income? Or you can finally go out there and you no longer have to search for a job because you can replace your income with what you're able to generate post short squeeze? I mean, just find your goal now. Determine what you think is going to be best money-wise and selling-wise, how you're going to sell this stock, and then be prepared and be vigilant, because we absolutely need to know when the stock is shooting up and whether it's retail, FOMO, or a mixture of all plus shorts covering. Now, guys, I want to know down in the comments below. It's just simple. If you are prepared, let everybody else know out there that you're not going to get caught off guard, that you are prepared for the short squeeze. I'm prepared for the short squeeze. I've been waiting for this thing to happen for months now, and I hope that you have as well. So let us know down there, guys. Inspire us to be better investors. Keep those diamond hands and make as much money as possible in AMC. And if this button is still red, make sure to subscribe to the channel. Join us. Become a bro. We are here every single day, and we are growing growing our portfolios together. If you have not yet made a trade, if you're looking for a brokerage account, Webull is an excellent broker, and a $100 deposit is going to get you a couple free stocks just for doing so. Sell those stocks, keep those stocks, whatever. They're your stocks at that point, and it's very easy to set up, and it's very easy to trade there, and it does have pre-market and aftermarket hours trading available, so it's definitely something you should check out. And then ClayBro883 on Twitter and Instagram if you want to follow me there. And of course, guys, until the next time, hope that each and every one of you have an awesome day.